This is what happens when you mess with a royal guard.
Get back from the Queen's Guard!
Many think the King's Guard simply stand around all day, never smiling or moving, even when tourists mess with them.
Get off the fence!
But they're really some of the most elite and secretive soldiers in the world, and if you push them too far, you'll regret it. King's Bodyguards. The Royal Guard have one job: protect the king by any means necessary. The royal family don't have the power they once did, but they're still powerful. They're also worth a staggering $28 billion, making them big targets, which is why they need seriously elite soldiers like the Royal Guard around at all times. What it takes to become a Royal Guard. It's borderline impossible to become a Royal Guard. Royal Guards must be no shorter than 5'10", so short kings can't protect the king. This was a change made only recently, as before you had to be at least 6'2". Royal Guardsmen must belong to one of the 7 most exclusive regiments of the British Armed Forces, which are recommendation only, meaning you can't volunteer to join the Royal Guard. Instead, you need to be hand-picked by someone high up in the British Army, ensuring every one of the King's Guards are stone-cold killers. No smiling. If the guards smile, they can get arrested, no matter what's going on around them, leading to a lot of annoying tourists taking photos and videos. No matter what people do or say, the guards can't respond in any way. That is, unless they're physically touched, in which case they will yell as loud as possible.
Get back from the Queen's Guard!
The only phrase they're allowed to say is "get back." If a guard says anything else or even smiles while on duty, they can be fired, arrested, and sent to a military prison. All those tourists who try to make guards laugh don't realize they could be sending them to prison. Royal Guards have to stand totally still with a blank expression on their face. Now you can see why they get so mad. While on duty, the Royal Guards can't leave their post, but because standing still for so long is not healthy, they're expected to move once every 10 minutes, taking a few steps for circulation, but they can't move for any other reason. If they get sweat in their eyes, they can't wipe it away. If they have an itch, they can't scratch it no matter what. Even if a wasp lands on them, they can't swat it away. It sounds like hell on earth, but remember, the Royal Guard are elite soldiers, meaning they can handle a lot of discomfort. The Royal Guard always put their job, protecting the king, above everything else, which is exactly why you don't want to mess with them. Royal Guards are used to people trolling them, but don't think they'll never fight back. If you go too far, don't expect them to just stand there. Remember, these guys are high-level soldiers. Anyone who touches them can expect a push, or even a bayonet pointed right in their face. Also, if you stand in their way, they won't stop, simply walking right into you.
Bye bye!
They're legally allowed to point their bayonets or swords at anyone who gets too close. And in case you're wondering, yes, their SA-80s do have ammo, and in some cases, even grenades. Yep, those aren't just for show. Every year, there are instances where the Royal Guard points their bayonets at tourists, normally when someone's been excessively rude or aggressive to the guards. No fainting. Royal Guards are so tough, they don't even move when they faint. Surprisingly, fainting is a very common occurrence. London can reach 40 degrees in the summer, and the Royal Guard have to stand outside wearing their baking hot uniforms, which is what leads to all the fainting, wearing their 13-pound hats named bearskins and their 8-pound thick red coats. The exact same clothing they use to keep warm in the winter. Even while in the heat, they're not allowed water or bathroom breaks, which explains why so many pass out. Even when their vision goes blurry and they know they're going to faint, they still can't move, which is why they do what's known as fainting to attention, where they purposely lie face down on the ground, moments before they actually pass out. This way they can fall in a controlled and safe way. Fainting to attention is seen as a rite of passage for new guards, and gets them major respect from their fellow Royal Guards. After fainting, many guards get right back up, continuing their job like nothing even happened. At the end of the day, any guard who faints to attention is taken to the pub, where their fellow guards buy them a drink for being so tough. Never leave their post. Being a Royal Guard is one of the most extreme jobs in the world. The stakes are high, and nothing can go wrong, which is why a Royal Guard can never abandon their post no matter what. They can't take a bathroom break no matter what. Leaving your post can be grounds for imprisonment. So you'd better not make one of these guards leave their post. They're risking their freedom if they do, so they won't treat you so kindly. Neck strength. It's said the Royal Guard have the strongest necks in the world. The Royal Guard's uniform is insanely heavy. Their coats alone weigh 8 pounds, but this can go up to 16 pounds if the coats get wet with rain, which in the UK happens a lot. But what's even heavier are their famous hats. Their big black fluffy hats are named bearskins, which are made of actual bearskin. They weigh 13 pounds, meaning these guards have seriously strong necks. Their hats are also seriously hot. If you thought Disneyland mascots had it tough, these guys have have it way worse. In the rain, the hats can get even heavier, sometimes weighing over 20 pounds. Their hat strap also goes underneath their lips instead of under their chin. This is for a very scary reason. If the hat was secured beneath the chin and the guard fell back, it would cause the hat to drop backwards and break the guard's neck, which would happen because the hats are so heavy. So these odd chin straps actually may save a guard's life, especially with all the fainting that happens. But the part of the uniform the Royal Guard hates the most are their shoes. Their shoes actually melt in the heat. The boots are coated in a special polish, ensuring they shine in the sun, but the sun tends to melt that polish, meaning that after every shift, the guards have to immediately polish their shoes, meaning the guards have to do more work even when their shift is over. Being a Royal Guard sounds like hell, but they do it to have the privilege of protecting the king. Emergency button. Buckingham Palace is surrounded by Royal Guards, but what happens if their bayonets aren't powerful enough to stop a big attack? That's where the armed police come in. UK police don't normally carry firearms, but the ones around Buckingham Palace certainly do, equipped with G36s, MP5s, and Glock 17s. Royal Guards can summon these police with a secret emergency button. If someone's causing a nuisance or posing a threat, they will be given a stern warning by the guards. If this escalates, the guards will point their rifle at the person, but if all of these measures fail, they will press the emergency button. These are hidden inside every sentry box. The button will alert nearby armed police to come to the area and arrest whoever's causing issues. The emergency buttons are mainly used by Royal Guards on horseback, because those guards carry swords, not firearms, and because many annoying people love messing with the horses. The button is directly connected to nearby security forces, including soldiers and armed police, stationed around Buckingham Palace and Downing Street. Once the button is pressed, armed police will arrive in seconds. The button not only alerts police, but also the guards watching the surveillance cameras nearby. This allows the police to know what's going on, as of course the Royal Guards do not have walkie-talkies or phones. However, guards rarely press this button. The guards are trained thoroughly to avoid overuse, ensuring the button is only used for genuine threats or emergencies. If you cause a King's Guard to press the emergency button, you will be arrested by armed police, and then charged with various crimes. For example, public order offences, or trespassing on protected sites. Trespassing is generally not a crime in the UK, but it is on royal sites, which includes Royal Guard sentry boxes. King's secret codename. When the Royal Guard discuss the king, they don't call him King Charles. Instead, they refer to him with a secret codename. That is Delphinium, which is the king's favourite flower. The Royal Guard also have a secret codename for when the king passes away, which is Menai Bridge, named after the Menai Bridge in Wales. If the king passes away, security is increased. More guards will be on patrol. They will also play a key role in the ceremonial mourning, such as guarding the body, and of course protecting the new king, which would be Prince William. Would you like to be a Royal Guard or not? Comment down below. Subscribe if you haven't yet, and check out this video on screen next.